All right, number 1. What type of democratic government is it when the citizens elect members of parliament and the leader comes from the majority party in parliament? Is it presidential democracy or parliamentary democracy? Number 2, what type of democratic government is it when the president serves as both head of state and head of government? Presidential democracy, parliamentary democracy, both head of state and head of government. Number 3, when the citizens of the country have power through voting, it is called democracy, oligarchy, or federal. Think about what we have. Number 4, a single leader rules the country, may come to power by force or by family bloodliness, meaning kings or queens. Is that presidential democracy, autocracy, or unitary? Single. Think about what single means. Number 5, which 2 countries have Congress as their legislative body, meaning where laws are made? Which 2 countries? Cuba, Brazil, Mexico, none of the above. You have to pick 2 choices, 2 countries. Number 6, match the head of government or the president in term limit with the correct country. Unlimited term. Is that Mexico, Brazil, or Cuba? Which one has an unlimited term where they can be the president for as long as they want? 1 6-year term. Which one has a 6-year term where they can be president for 6 years and then they have to run again? Is that Mexico, Brazil, or Cuba? Up to 2 4-year terms. So they could possibly have 2 4-year terms, total of 8 years if they are elected. Mexico, Brazil, or Cuba. Match the country to the correct statement. Citizens 18 through 70 are required to vote by law. They have to vote. Is that Brazil, Mexico, or Cuba? It is illegal to form an opposition political party in this country, meaning it's illegal for political parties to go against the current leader, to try to run against the current leader. Which country has that illegal? Is that Brazil, Mexico, or Cuba? Think about which one's the communist country. Must be 18 years or older to vote. It's not required by law. Brazil, Mexico, or Cuba. Number 8, which country has the National Assembly of People's Power as their law-making body? Which country has it? Mexico or Cuba? Or none of the above, which is not the answer. Number 9, Cuba is an autocratic government. Cuba was led by Fidel Castro from 1959 to 2008. Then his brother Raul Castro became the leader. The citizens can vote for leaders at age 16. However, the leaders all belong to a certain political party called the Cuban Communist Party. This means that the citizens have very little input as the leaders all come from a specific political party. There is not a term for the presidents in Cuba. This means that the presidents are not limited by a certain amount of years in office. Even though citizens can vote in Cuba, the leaders all belong to a certain political party, okay? Making voting not really matter, okay? It's irrelevant. Which statement best describes this? Citizens' voices are heard in Cuba and they want to listen to them. Voting is pointless and doesn't matter since the citizens don't truly get a say in the government. Or C, citizens are encouraged to vote because the government may listen and decide to listen to them. Number 10, match the correct vocabulary term. The leader is the head of government and the head of state. Is that parliamentary or presidential? One leader is the head of government and the other is the head of state. Parliamentary or presidential?